Welcome to the Everything Podcast, and in this episode, I'm going to be recapping the diary. No, I'm not. The Death and Life of River Song, which has only had 3 releases so far, so that's what I'll be focusing on in this episode. This episode is the final Big Finish recap and Big Finish episode in general for a while, because I think even for me, kind of big as such a fan of Big Finish as I am, I just kind of was like, I need to kind of step away from it, especially, and it was kind of the amount of Torchwood episodes I would have to do. I was like, that's enough, we'll pause it, and I might come back to it at a later point. But I wanted to, because I'd made that decision halfway through my recap for the Diary of River Song, I thought I may as well continue it for the Death and Life of River Song, because it's only an extra episode. So, before I get on with the episode, I'm recording this episode on the 1st of March, 2026, and we start off with the Death and Life of River Song Series 1 Last Words, which was released in August 2024. Here's the synopsis. Wrenched from her digital afterlife in the library, River Song finds herself on a 61st century Earth, resurrected in a clone body. Billionaire tech mogul Garrison Clay has a mystery to solve, and he selected River as the person to solve it. Armed with only her sonic screwdriver and a fake ID, River heads out into a world soon to be ravaged by solar flares, where danger stalks her at every turn. Book 1 is titled Apocalypse. Book 2 is titled Fate and Fatality. Book 3 is titled The Black Hours. Book 4 is titled Book of the Dead. I should mention that this set has been entirely written by Robert Valentine and was recorded between the 22nd and the 25th of January 2024. And stars Alex Kingston as River Song and Greg Wise as Garrison Clay. So before I spoil the events of the Death and Life of River Song Series 1 Last Words, here's the trailer.
Extracting now. System preparing data form for download.
Bring the bioshell online.
Clone body in position for neural molding.
What's that?
Warning. Warning.
What's happening?
That data core is nearly 10,000 years old. It was never meant to be accessed like this.
Warning. System calculates 89% probability of terminal data form corruption.
We're killing her. We have to send her back.
Neural relay online. Data form ready to download.
Do it. Now.
Neural download complete.
From Big Finish Productions, the worlds of Doctor Who, the death and life of River Song, Last Words.
Oh, what's happened? Oh, where am I?
A subterranean compound in the Australian desert. 1 new standard kilometer beneath the surface.
A bunker?
We've simply given you a 6-week lifespan.
Oh, so you've ripped me from my home, but at least I'm dying.
Forgive me. It is 87, about 10,000 years since you were uploaded. In a matter of weeks, the surface of this planet will be ravaged by solar flares.
Ah, and you want me to stop it?
It can't be stopped. Soon now, very soon, the final event will occur.
So you're planning to wait out Armageddon down here?
There's a little mystery I would like you to solve, Professor. Somewhere up there on the surface, a conspiracy is afoot. And I want you to get to the bottom of it.
Big Finish, for the love of stories.
My name is Clay. Garrison Clay. We should get started.
That was the trailer for the Death and Life of River Song, Series 1, titled Last Words. So this set kind of has quite a few similarities to the Diary of River Song Series 11, Friend of the Family, obviously only having one writer for the set, being one long story. But this is the furthest in River's timeline that we go, and as of time of recording have gone. Obviously that might change, and who knows by the time, especially if you're listening to this episode on an audio platform, that's like 2 and a bit months away. Who knows what's been announced? So yeah, because that's what Big Finish tend to do. I don't know if they go, oh, we'll wait for Ben to record something. So over the last week, we've had an 8th Doctor announcement. Could you have done it a little bit early so it could have tied in? But I did manage to tie it into one of the past Gnostic Gang episodes, which, if you haven't already checked out, please do so. But yeah, let's focus on Last Words. So obviously this set being completely written by Robert Valentine, and kind of follows River being kind of resurrected of sorts and having a 6-week lifespan to solve a problem. And it's a very self-contained story. So especially with most of the Big Finish ranges, really kind of, there's not many things that carry over unless it's like a series like Dalek Universe or 11th Doctor Chronicles and stuff like that. Like, we don't tend to have many ongoing arcs. So kind of having a box set to cover what would happen in that aspect of her life is kind of so obviously the Diary of River Song, and kind of the Death and Life of River Song in future releases, which we'll get to in this episode later on, is very kind of is kind of fleshes her life out. We've never gone past what happens in Doctor Who Series 4 when she sacrifices herself and is uploaded, and kind of what happens from there. So now let's move on to I'm going to say it wrong, so I do apologise. The Death and Life of River Song Series 2, Ace and Tegan, which was released in March 2025, with the following synopsis. Ace and Tegan have been plucked from their 21st century lives and stranded in 1860. But who is responsible, and why is River Song mixing in 19th century society too? Somebody is out to eliminate the three of them. As Ace and Tegan realise that this might not be their first meeting with River, their lives are entangled, and to escape, somebody must pay the ultimate price. We start off with Castaways, written by James Moran. Adrift in the past, Ace and Tegan are looking into the supposed hauntings on London's new underground railway lines. But how and why are they there? Their memories are not what they were, and they are about to encounter River Song, perhaps not for the first time. One thing is certain, River knows more than she is telling. We then have Driftwood, written by Roland Moore. Back in her TARDIS travels, Ace is cut off from the Doctor on a stricken spaceship with 60 minutes to live. Something has invaded the vessel, something that travels along wires and can control its metal structure. As time runs out, Ace's only hope may be a mysterious woman with a blaster and fantastic hair. We then have Dead Rising, also by Roland Moore. With the Doctor and Turlo on ice, Tegan faces into... let me try it again. Tegan faces interrogation from the pilot of Vexel Colony. Something is making the colonists drop down dead. Tegan claims she's just in the wrong place at the wrong time. But when River Song arrives and the dead start rising, Tegan's problems get a whole lot worse. We then finish off the set with The End is the Beginning is the End, written by the same writer as Castaways, and that being James Moran, with the following synopsis. River, Ace and Tegan must stop Gregor Ganley from changing their past again and again and again, but he's one step ahead, and River's new friends want to convince her that assassination is not always the best option. But first they have the matter of imminent certain death to deal with. This set was recorded on the 7th to the 9th. Yes, so The Death and Life of River Song Series 2, Ace and Tegan, was recorded on the 7th, 8th, 9th and 11th of October 2024, and stars Alex Kingston as River Song, Sophie Aldred as Ace, Janet Fielding as Tegan, and Johnny Weldon as Gregor Ganley. So before I spoil the events of The Death and Life of River Song Series 2, Ace and Tegan, here's the trailer.
What planet are you from?
Well, I'm from planet Earth, of course. What planet are you from?
From Big Finish Productions, The Worlds of Doctor Who, The Death and Life of River Song, Ace and Tegan.
I'm Professor Dorothy McShane.
Dame River Song, at your service.
I've been getting these piercing headaches, like daggers in my skull.
I've had the same, lasting longer every time.
Chronon fallout.
I get the feeling we're not supposed to be here. Like time is trying to fix it by slowly wiping us away.
Objectively
of the Doctor! We need to know what we're dealing with. We've met before.
I've met you before.
The universe is full of strange and dangerous things.
There's a life form in. It seems to be in the circuits and cabling.
You can't leave these people to die, Ace.
Oh, tell me about it. So, who is Ganley?
Long story.
Dozens of people died, and 2 days later they get up and they're fine.
Who are you?
Doesn't matter. All you need to know is I've come back along your timeline, and now I'm going to kill you.
Time travel in the wrong hands is more than just deadly. It can erase entire civilizations from existence.
Only somebody totally evil would want to stop me.
Big Finish, for the love of stories.
And spoilers. That's really annoying. You can't just say spoilers when you get to the interesting bit.
That was the trailer for the Death and Life of River Song Series 2 Ace and Tegan, and this set is an interesting one because it kind of continues the format from Series 1 Last Words of kind of having one long story, but this set kind of splits the story into present and past. So the first episode the episode's written by James Ryan, so that is Castaways episode 1 and episode 4. The end is the beginning is the end. Kind of is the present day stories, and then the Roland Moore episodes, so that's episode 2 Driftwood and episode 3 Dead Rising, is kind of River meeting Ace and Tegan in their so Ace in Driftwood and Tegan in Dead Rising, and kind of meeting them and how they end up so there kind of is a cliffhanger at the end of episode 1, and then we get answers over episodes 2 and 3, and that is then answered in episode 4. But yeah, kind of a really good set. Obviously Ace and Tegan kind of having their costumes from The Power of the Doctor, so that's, as I'm familiar with them, obviously very familiar with River Song, as I've spoken before, not really a classic series fan as much, so kind of haven't seen Ace and Tegan's TV era. Obviously heard some of their big finishes and stuff, but not a huge amount. So now let's move on to the most recent Death and Life of River Song box set, that being the Death and Life of River Song Series 3 The Dissolution of Time, which was released in August 2025. River Song has been imprisoned in the Storm Cage, facing multiple life sentences for the Doctor's assassination, or at least she was. Now time is collapsing and River is unexpectedly marooned in Tudor England 1536 with a mysterious alien companion, Dust. The Death and Life of River Song, The Dissolution of Time was written by Roshana Patel. Someone or something has broken history. The distortion centering around the court of King Henry VIII. River must find the culprit and fix the damage before it's too late, but some players for whom established history does not end happily may have other ideas. Episode 1 is titled The Armageddon Game. Episode 2 is titled Anne Boleyn Must Die. Episode 3 is titled A Good Woman Goes to War, and the finale is episode 4 is titled The Schism Bloom. This set was recorded on the 22nd, 24th, 27th and 29th of January 2025, and stars Alex Kingston as River Song, Charlie Chandran as Anne Boleyn, Harry Myers as Henry VIII. That's not the main, that's just kind of the cast that kind of features in most of the set. But yeah, this isn't an extremely large cast anyway, so I probably could have read them out. So before I spoil the events of the Death and Life of River Song Series 3 The Dissolution of Time, is the trailer.
Please stand by for temporal extraction.
Entropy wave incoming. The storm cage is lost.
From Big Finish Productions, The Worlds of Doctor Who, The Death and Life of River Song, The Dissolution of Time.
The storm cage is gone.
I am Dust, a knight of the shadow.
Right. I think I know roughly when and where we are. London.
London.
This is, best guess, early 16th century?
The Queen is dead!
So this must be... 1536. Tudor England, during the reign of King Henry VIII.
His Royal Majesty, King Henry. Welcome. And Queen Anne.
Are you here?
Yes.
These events have a momentum of their own.
This is your destiny. unlocalized temporal distortion, numerous anomalous readings.
The political tides are turning.
I have spent my whole life in the shadow of others, but now I am in command.
Then we must burn this corruption away.
And the Time Lords have gone. History's never been so vulnerable.
Temporal defense is failing.
Do you not understand, Lady River? We cannot both survive.
There's been a catastrophic collapse in local space-time.
Uh-oh. What if we're both wrong? About everything.
Big Finish, for the love of stories.
Intrigue in the Tudor royal court of Henry VIII. Honestly, end of the universe aside, I couldn't be having a better time.
That was the trailer for The Death and Life of River Song Series 3, The Disillusion of Time, which was released in August 2025 and follows a very similar format to Series 1, Last Words, and Series 2, Ace and Tegan, kind of having one story that runs kind of more in line with Last Words and Ace and Tegan, because Ace and Tegan is one long story, but it's very split in time widely, whereas Last Words and The Disillusion of Time is one long story. And kind of this is the Death and Life of River Song's first historical, obviously. In Series 2 we had episodes that were in the past, but a full historical in Tudor England. And obviously this is a time period that is very well known, especially Henry VIII. I did it at school. I kind of know what it is, so it was nice to kind of hear what would happen if Anne Boleyn had the chance to save her life, kind of, really. And a really good set. I can't remember much. It's been a while since I've listened to it. Obviously it was released in August, but the episodes kind of merge into one, and kind of River has to try and, because she knows how history remembers King Henry VIII and Anne Boleyn and all of the Tudors, so she has to try and save history, basically. With the help of Dust, and kind of there's a nice swap with characters and all that kind of stuff. So it was nice. Now, as of time of recording, the next series of The Death and Life of River Song hasn't been announced, but thanks to a Who Culture interview, which go and check that interview out. It was amazing. We got confirmation that The Death and Life of River Song is continuing, because even Big Finish promoted it and said, this was recorded during the recording of The Death and Life of River Song, just as of time of recording. It's not been announced, but knowing my luck, this week coming from when I'm recording, which will be the first week of March, they announce, say, 4 more box sets featuring Alex Kingston as River, so who knows. As I've said before, I've given up trying to guess when Big Finish announce things, and then I get annoyed when things that I think should have been announced aren't, and things that don't need to have been announced yet, and it's kind of, I just kind of don't really worry about it. But yeah, that's kind of it for not only my recap of The Adventures of River Song at Big Finish, obviously with the Diary of River Song, and then The Death and Life of River Song in this episode. That's my poll today. This is the last episode that I am recording with that will be a Big Finish recap for a while, because I'm going to take a break for it and focus on more TV. So if you're not a Big Finish fan, there is some different episodes coming up as well. And if you're on YouTube, there'll be even more, actually, because Matt has focused on the Big Finish first, whereas I kind of have sandwiched them. I sandwiched the Big Finish in between some of the TV stuff. So yeah, and obviously all the Big Finish recaps are now available on all audio platforms and on YouTube as well. So please go and check those out. But without further ado, let me know what you thought of the Death and Life of River Song releases so far, if you've listened to them, my recap if you didn't, and without further ado, I will see you in a future episode of the podcast. See you then. Goodbye.